Yo, what is up? So I thought I'd do a video quick on Final Fantasy 16 because I've been looking more into this AMD GPU Profile Manager, and actually one of my subscribers told me, shout out to at Dayton Schmid I think, they notified me that some games on GOG will actually not work, possibly lower performance as well I think they said, and basically what it is because the file name is different. So if we just type in this, so Final Fantasy, and so what's happening here is, so this is a file for Steam, but GOG has a different file name. So I think some games are just not going to work. So what you would need to do is, if it on GOG, you would need to just create a new, basically a whole new profile for that game. So SAS the Alters, for example, I think that was one of the games they said. You would need to go into the GOG app and find the game and make sure it is if it's got GOG in between the file name, you would need to paste it in here, and then end it with .exe, press OK, and then you would do it like that, because the one in here could be different at default. So you've got a lot of default profiles in here for games, because AMD can apparently miss out on that with so it could depend if it's in a different launcher, it may not work. So I'm wondering if that's the same issue I'm having with Game of Thrones, but I'll have to test that out because it's literally not working in the Epic Game Stores. So I don't know why, but that is something I need to figure out. Anyway, so we need to find Final Fantasy 16. So hopefully it should be in there, I would have thought. I thought that was in it. Well, I'll have to add that myself. So do that. So I will have to create. I thought that might have been in there. So what we'll do, we'll just go in to properties, installed files, and find it. So it will be this one. Copy that. It's pretty easy to do, so it's there because they have changed it. I'll just do that for short, and you will have to put exe. So I'm hoping that should work. I'm hoping I don't have to restart the computer, because sometimes I do. But with a bit of luck, it should actually come out sometime where you close Adrenaline. Ah, there, good. So because I've got it set to automatically activate FSR 4 in display, it actually activates it. Where is it? No, it's in graphics. Yeah. So if I've got that on, so that's good. So hopefully it works, because I've found a few. I'm not sure why it's not working with echoes at the end, because I do use this app, as I've said in the past, to check what version it's using of FSR, because obviously it overwrites 3.1 to translate it to FSR 4, and I mean it had the necessary files, but I did remember with Stalker 2 it wasn't working when AMD released the drivers for FSR 4 and that with a toggle, and it was because it wasn't using the late enough version of 3.1. So it was this one, 39157. That was a file that made Stalker 2 work, and a lot of people didn't know that, because literally the developers didn't update the file for it to work. So I literally tried that file. I tried all these files and I just couldn't get it to work. So that is very puzzling for me. I don't know if anyone else knows why, but I literally couldn't figure it out, so I just went with Optiscaler. So that was a waste of time, and I did the same thing with this game, Game of Thrones, did I uninstall it? I think I uninstalled it on there because I haven't got as much space on my AMD system. Anyway, we'll might as well load this up. So we'll see if this works. So it should come up top right, available. Yeah, so it's come up available, and hopefully it works because the last 2 games I didn't have much luck with it. So I will have to turn my sound down, I think. Yeah. See if we can do it with a mouse. That's it. Right, so it should be. Oh, they've done that. Alright. I'll leave HDR off for now because it can muck up OBS sometimes. Right, so it's on FSR. So I think it's a game where you got to load into the gameplay and then it activates it. So we'll see if this works. Right, that's good. So it works on this game. So it looks like it's gonna hopefully work in the majority of games, so that's good. I've been waiting for AMD to release it in this one. So this is good. So at least you can. I'm not sure if it's going to work in Rebirth. We'll have to see. So we don't need to use Optiscaler anymore for that game, so that's good. So again, I've been looking at some other games. I've got it to work in this, as I've said in my previous video, even though it was a bit risky because it uses anti-cheat. So I've just been looking at some games, see what else I can use it in. So it's working in that. That's already supported. I did find out this one's not even using FSR anyway. It was a bit weird. I know it's not using the native resolution on NVIDIA. It says it in the game FSR, but there's literally no file in the game folder, so I found that a bit weird. But you can overwrite DLSS in the game because it's actually DLSS quality and not DLAA. So using Optiscaler literally helped me find that out. Anyway, so that's good, we can get that in. So it's probably going to be named the Final Fantasy 16 video with a bit of information about these. Alright, got to turn that off. So if you've got the GOG Launcher, you'll need to double check the file to see if that file is actually the same as what it says in there, or just make a new profile. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.